Now that we got the roof on and it's all sheathed and finished, we get to finish up all the sheathing on the sides for the first floor. This means doing under all the windows and then doing the slanted west side.
That's it.
So we're going to be finishing this wall. However, this takes almost a full sheet because that's like over 6 feet right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to use all the waste from our angle cuts. We would be able to use these again just on the second floor, but I'd rather use these now. So we're going to cut them off straight instead of using a full sheet up this whole thing. And just having that one crease, we're going to use 2 little sections, which should be fine. And I think maybe on the end we'll probably use another full sheet. So today we're planning on putting up the second layer of subfloor on the second floor, but it's going to snow tomorrow and rain tonight, so we're not going to do that because we want that exposed to the elements the least amount as possible. So instead we're going to cut out window openings. And we did have one more thing to finish with the roof. We had to add all of the hurricane ties, I say that in quotes, to the roof. This connects the rafters to the top plates. Because of how tall the bottom web is, bottom flange I should say, is on the i-joist, we used structural screws. If we had used the hurricane ties, like the standard Simpsons ones, the top 2 or 3 nail holes wouldn't have been on the flange for the i-joist. But using the structural screws, the entire screw was in the i-joist, so we had the full bearing capacity or the full uplift that the screw provides. That's where I'm going, Maple. You can't go there too. That's not sketchy at all. It's finally time for the headers. We had some issues with these headers, so single ply headers in load bearing walls, as long as they are sized correctly, are acceptable, and these were sized correctly. The issue we ran into is in 2012 they changed the code so that when you did a single ply header in a load bearing wall, you had to have a flat piece of 2x lumber on the bottom and the top. That way the top cripple sat on that flat piece of lumber and not just on the 1.5 inches of that single ply header. So to remedy this, we're basically adding 2.5 inches of foam in between to give us a little insulation value. And then we are adding another header on the inside. And this will allow that top cripple to sit on both of those headers. The inspector's already looked at this and seen this, and we are good to go for this. But it was just a little bit of my misunderstanding of the code when it happened. We're building the interior walls the same way we built the exterior walls, except we're using 2x4s. We have stud length 2x4s, and we're doing a single top plate or a single bottom plate and then double top plate, even though it's not bearing on anything. It just gives us the height we need to connect to the joists. We're starting with the partition between what's going to be the mudroom and the downstairs bedroom. All of our studs are 2 foot on center like we did the exterior. And this is going to leave us with about a 4 or 5 foot wide mudroom and laundry area. And then the crawl space access is actually going to be in the bedroom, which isn't ideal. But since it's a finished closed crawl space, it's not too big of a deal. It's not going to affect air quality or anything like that. This is our short bathroom wall that's going to butt up against to where our stairway is, and then this right here is the long bathroom wall on the first floor. This is the one that's going to have the door in it. Since the headers don't have to be structural and it's not a load-bearing wall, we're basically putting a flat 2x4 on the top to make a header. Like I said, it doesn't have to bear any weight, so we don't need a structural header. And you're going that way. So it goes right here.
Yeah.
Where we don't have anything to. Chelsea. Yeah, let down, let down, let down. To connect the interior walls to the exterior walls, we are using basically ladder blocking, so it's horizontal 2x4 blocking in between the stud bays, just nailed flat. That way we can still get insulation behind it, but we also have something to nail our walls to. We're not just going to use 1 or 2. We have a bunch more that I'm putting in, like 5 or 6. That way it gives something for us to nail drywall to as well.
Stay.
The door for our downstairs bedroom is going to be a little different. It's going to be used as a bedroom and a study, mainly a guest bedroom, and then a study and a workroom for our computer. So we made the door a 4 foot wide. It's not going to be a normal hinge door. We're going to use a sliding barn door on this one, and we wanted to make it that wide so we could leave the doorway open, and as you walked into the house, it wouldn't be walking in directly into a hallway, and it would feel a little more open. As well, there's the big window in that room which will let in light, and having a big doorway will let in more light into the hallway. I just want to address something real quick. We are not contractors. We do not have a contracting background. We've never done anything like this, but we're figuring it out slowly. So some of the things we do aren't perfect. Some of the things we do could be better. But all in all, we're getting it done. And the inspectors come out. They've approved everything as we've gone. We're waiting to get the second floor framed before we do our final framing inspection. But just so everyone's aware, everything we're doing is being inspected by the county and approved. So everything is to code. There are a bunch of projects that we've started but not finished, and that's just kind of the nature of the beast. When you're doing it with only 2 people most of the time, you can't do everything, all of it all at once. You just kind of have to bite off little bits and pieces as you go. But thanks for watching, guys, and make sure you subscribe to our channel if you want to see more of our videos, and click that like button if you enjoyed this one. So it goes right here.
Yeah.
Where we don't have anything to. Chelsea. Yeah, let down, let down, let down. You okay? What'd you do?
It like all of the weight went onto my shoulder.
Okay, I'm sorry. You should let go.
You should have came over to me.
Well, I expected you to let go like you did last time.